Hello, this is D, and I'm back with another video. Now, I just finished watching Google's streaming event where they showcase their new console. Now, a lot of people were thinking that this was going to actually be a console, but it's actually all up in the cloud. Now, they're calling this Stadia, and my mind is just blown at the amount of information they gave us today on this system. This system is going to be so capable. To be honest with you guys, I thought this system was going to do like 1080p, 60 frames per second. I did not think it was going to scale up to the 4K 60 that they said, much less with HDR. Now, it's going to be streaming 4K 60 with HDR. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, the latency, and I was worried about the latency as well, but Google is going to use this on their own network. So it's not going to be with the regular traffic. It's going to be in their own network, which should, of course, help with the latency. Honestly, tell you, my mind is just blown. That's why I wanted to record this video right after seeing the conference so you guys could get a genuine reaction from me. For you guys out there that were watching it, let me know in the comment section down below if your mind was blown by this whole presentation. Google really went all out. Like this conference, it wasn't a short conference, but I found myself intrigued. I was glued to the information that they were giving out. Most of these conferences, they get boring halfway through. I want to hear everything that they had to say. The tools that they have for the developers, how the developers can use some of these tools in the clouds. Like it's just incredible at what it could do. They even said that it would scale up to 8K. Now they said when the adoption rate for 8K happens, and they feel that it will happen eventually over time, that they'll be ready for that and it will scale up to 8K. Now, what position does this put the other companies in? Like Sony, for instance. Sony's cloud infrastructure is nowhere near capable of what Google and Microsoft are capable of doing. Let's just be honest. Now, this system delivering, or this system in the cloud delivering 4K 60, up to 4K 60. Now, of course, you're going to have the internet speeds that support 4K 60, but anyone out there that does have high-speed internet can take advantage of this, and you don't need a device to do this. They mentioned in the keynote that you can use a Chromecast Ultra. I own a Chromecast Ultra. They also said you don't have to buy their controller. You can use any of your existing controllers. I guess basically Bluetooth. Basically Bluetooth controllers, and it'll work with their Stadia system. Now, I already have the Chromecast Ultra. I can't wait till they launch this. They said it's going to be launching later this year. They said 2019, and they said that they would be back in the summer to show us some more about Stadia. So if they're coming back in the summer, either it would be a late summer launch, or I would think it'd be more towards the fall season. But nonetheless, it is coming out this year. I don't know, man. This is really amazing. Now, I've said for the longest time that these companies, they're going streaming. They're streaming is the future. They're going to be streaming on as many devices as they can. And with the 4K 60 that this Stadia streaming platform that Google just announced today is doing, a lot of gamers are going to be tempted to use it. And to be honest with you, I was in the Project Stream, and it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I had to use a VPN, and I still got really good service because I'm in Canada, and this was only available in the States, but whatever. I got in, and I used a VPN in order to play the games. And even with a VPN, you lose so much speed with the VPN. I still had an enjoyable experience, much less if I didn't have that blocking me, and I had the full bandwidth that my internet provides to me. I would have had an even better experience, and I didn't think it was a bad experience. So I'm definitely set up for 4K 60. I don't know what this is going to do for the PC landscape. If you're a new PC, you want to build a new PC, and you have this Google Stream, Stadia, that you can use that will give you 4K 60 with HDR. Are you going to build that PC still? This is really interesting. If this works as good as they say it works, this is a game changer. There's no denying that. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. You're not going to get the same quality if you were to use, say, a PC natively or a more capable console that could do 4K 60, whatever, say like the next generation consoles natively, you'll have a better experience on that. Of course, you'll have less latency and you'll have a clearer image quality. However, still through the cloud, you're still going to get a good experience. And let's see the price point of this service and what's going on with it. But I don't know. It's my mind is just really blown. I don't know how to process it, to be honest with you. They far exceeded the expectations that I had set out for them. First of all, I thought we were going to get a console. We didn't get a console. It's in the cloud, and the specs of the said console are just incredible as well. It's a 10.7 teraflop GPU that's in the system. I think they said the CPU is running at 2.7 or something. The SoC was made by AMD, so I'm gonna assume obviously it's some type of multi-core Zen processor, because even clocked at 2.7 with all those cores, you'll be fine. You'll get your 60 frames per second. Based on the 10.7 teraflops, I would say you're gonna get PC settings equivalent to high at 4K 60, which is excellent, with HDR, streaming HDR as well. That's just excellent. Another thing that stood out to me was the YouTube implementation of it. So now if you're streaming to your YouTube channel or whatever, you're streaming to YouTube, you can have a queue set up on the YouTube page for the next person to challenge you in a multiplayer game. Now this gives new meaning to interaction with your subscribers, with your fans, with your friends, or just with random people. This is something different. This is something that will definitely change YouTube gaming. They also said that their system will be cross-platform. Now, they didn't really go into all the details, but they said it will be cross-platform. This system that Google built, Stadia, is going to rival a lot of PCs out there. And like I said earlier, a lot of people that want to build a PC, are they still going to want to build a PC if this service is as streamlined as Google is saying that it is? I know they're going to have some demonstrations at GDC, so when I get some more information, or if I get some video footage of this in action, or even further demonstrations of the technology, I will be posting it up on the channel. I think it's amazing what they're doing with this system. I think it's amazing that it'll be crossplay. I think it's amazing that it's going to have 4K 60 frames per second with HDR and surround sound, and that in the future they're going to offer 8K over 120 frames per second. That's just mind-blowing. The fact that it has 10.7 teraflops of computing power, and that each user is going to have access to their very own. They're not going to be sharing that. That's also incredible. It's going to be running these games on a single GPU, and if it needs to, it'll scale out to multiple GPUs. There's a whole lot of information that we need to get. I need to process all the information. Like I said, I just finished watching the press conference. I want to get a video out so you guys could see my initial reaction to this. I think it's amazing. I think it's a game changer. You're going to be able to play games on any screen, desktops, laptops, tablets, TVs, smartphones when they launch later this year. They're going to have first party titles, which is huge. They're going to have their own exclusives on the platform. People are going to say, "Oh, these are going to be on everything." They're not really exclusives. Listen, every system is going to have their own platform exclusives, even if they're on different devices, because you're still within that platform, if it makes sense to anybody what I'm trying to say. I think exclusives will still matter. I still want to play exclusive games. I don't care where I play them, though, to be honest with you. And I think that's really the future. It's clearly streaming. Google's not playing around here, guys. They're serious. I think the xCloud will be similar. I think Microsoft has the technology. They have the servers to do the same thing. So I would assume that they would also have 4K 60. And the good thing about the xCloud is that, of course, you're going to be able to bring over your Xbox catalog of games. I'm sure that they're going to integrate Game Pass into that. The odd man out to me, to be honest with you, seems to be Sony. They just don't have the infrastructure for the cloud right now. And I think it's telling. I think their next generation console will be good. I think they're still gonna have exclusives. Um, I think the next generation PlayStation is going to be powerful, as is the next Xbox Anaconda. I think they're both going to be powerful systems, but this cloud reaches far more people. Far more people have access to it, and if it works as advertised, I think it's a game changer, and I don't think this can be denied. Anyways, I want to know what you guys think. Later on tonight, I will be on the RDX podcast with my buddies Colt, Dealer, Zalker, and of course Fonz, and it's going to be a good show. We're going to have a lot to talk about tonight. I think YouTube's going to be buzzing all day. This is just incredible news. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And like I usually say, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys on the next one.